If you're traveling on a budget, a fun and relaxing trip to Springfield, Missouri won't cost you an arm and a leg. Springfield is the quintessential all-American city. It's located along historic Route 66 and feels much more like a small town than a bustling metropolis. But even though it's not big, Springfield still offers the thrills and exciting attractions that much larger cities are known for. Join us as we cover the top 15 attractions waiting for you to come experience in this vibrant Midwestern city. Discovery Center. The Discovery Center is a family-friendly, hands-on science center where guests of all ages can create, learn, and play while exploring hundreds of interactive exhibits covering subjects like physics, health, culture, chemistry, and energy in an environmentally friendly and sustainable environment. A few of the most popular exhibitions and galleries featured are the Bodyworks, Discovery Town, High Wire Bike, and Energy Exchange exhibits. Landers Theater. This historic, volunteer-driven theater was built in 1909, making it the second oldest civic theater in the state. It's been operational for well over 100 years. These days, it's one of the premier places in the city to watch a compelling performance like The Sound of Music or Cinderella. The gorgeously restored architecture of the building is worth a visit on its own. Hey, if you're enjoying this so far, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to Viewcation if you haven't already. And stick around for a lot more about Springfield, Missouri. Frisco Highline Trail. This trail winds through 35 miles of the scenic Ozark landscape. It's a favorite route among Springfield's local walkers, joggers, and cyclists and isn't very difficult. Going for a walk here with your significant other or pet is one of the most serene things to do in Springfield during the warmer months. It's also a phenomenal spot to visit in the fall when the leaves are changing colors. If you're looking for a little fresh air or simply want to escape the hustle and bustle of the city, this sprawling trail is sure to meet your needs. Mizumoto Japanese Stroll Garden. Located at the Springfield Botanical Gardens is this 7.5-acre Japanese garden, which features a large lake stocked with koi fish, a moon bridge, a meditation garden, and a tea house. It was built in the 80s in a partnership with Springfield's sister city, Isesaki, Japan. The traditionally landscaped gardens are seasonally open from April through October. Dickerson Park Zoo. Animals and humans intersect at the Dickerson Park Zoo. Enjoy the great outdoors and take in the natural beauty of the region while seeing and learning all about animals from all over the globe. The zoo's Ambler Diversity of Life Center is home to an impressive collection of reptiles. After hanging out with the snakes and lizards, consider taking a ride on the Titus Express miniature train or meet a giraffe face-to-face over at the giraffe deck. Younger visitors will appreciate Dickerson Zoo's petting zoo, where they can have a hands-on experience with a variety of critters like sheep, goats, and ponies. If you work up an appetite, grab a bite to eat at the zoo's cafe and snag a souvenir at the gift shop. Johnny Morris's Wonders of Wildlife National Museum. This 350,000 square foot museum and aquarium is actually the world's largest immersive wildlife attraction. It's home to a 1.5 million gallon aquarium and adventure zone that showcases more than 35,000 fish, mammals, reptiles, and birds. The Wildlife Museum is also pretty remarkable as it effectively takes guests on a guided tour of some of the wildest places on the planet. Visitors can explore 1.5 miles of immersive hallways and trails while learning all about the natural world through hands-on and interactive exhibits. Fantastic Caverns. This incredible attraction is the only ride-through cave in America, and there are only 4 like it in the entire world. The cave system was discovered by an Ozark farmer's dog in 1862 after it crawled through a narrow opening in a hillside. 5 years later, the first exploration of the caverns took place. Today, guests tour the delicate caverns in the Jeep-drawn trams. As you ride through, you'll experience the stillness and splendor of this natural wonder. Located just northeast of downtown Springfield, Fantastic Caverns is one of more than 7,300 documented caves that pepper the Missouri countryside, leaving little wonder why Missouri is known as the Cave State. Air and Military Museum of the Ozarks. If you're a fan of interactive museums and learning about military and aviation history, then the Air and Military Museum of the Ozarks might be a great place to spend an afternoon. History comes alive in a hands-on environment that does a great job at honoring this nation's veterans. On display is a Cobra helicopter, a T-33 jet, Army vehicles, and other pieces of restored military equipment. You can even take a virtual flight in the Cobra helicopter simulator, type a message on a vintage teletype machine, or have your very own dog tag custom made. Whether you're a history buff or not, there is fun and learning to be found at this very affordable and well-curated museum. Springfield Art Museum. With a collection that includes more than 10,000 pieces spanning millennia of human history, there's so much to see at this excellent art museum. They're constantly changing what's on display with rotating and special exhibits, but the museum's permanent collection is the real draw. They started collecting in 1928 when they acquired 2 small seascapes painted by Philadelphia artist Mary Butler, and ever since they've continued to add more and more to their galleries. The museum features special collections such as American water media, art of the Midwest, printmaking, and Asian porcelain. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Walking through this museum feels like taking a trip through time and space, as numerous eras and cultures are represented. Give yourself enough time to fully explore and appreciate everything the Springfield Museum of Art has to offer, and consult their website while planning your visit to see what special exhibits, events, and educational programs are being featured. The world's largest fork. Yep, the world's largest fork is one of the most popular attractions in Springfield. While it might seem absurd, if you take a moment to stand beside this 35-foot-tall eating utensil, you'll see why it's such a big deal. This bizarre yet fun attraction is hidden away behind an office building. And while it might not exactly be the most thrilling attraction in the city, this 11-ton sculpture is still worth visiting and taking a selfie with. Missouri Sports Hall of Fame. Sports fans, take heed. This family-friendly museum features more than 4,000 pieces of sports memorabilia, interactive exhibits, and informative displays. If you want to learn all about the great state of Missouri's rich and complex sports history, you can do just that right here. And tickets are super inexpensive. Pythian Castle. One of Springfield's most striking event venues, also offers frequent history, ghost, and murder mystery tours. The castle, which is said to be haunted, also hosts annual holiday events and is available for private rental. It was built by the Knights of Pythias, a fraternal organization out of Washington, D.C. in 1913. It was later owned by the U.S. military and was used to hold German and Italian prisoners of war in World War II. In 2009, the building was added to the U.S. National Register of Historic Places. Route 66 Car Museum. While it might not be the largest or flashiest auto museum, the Route 66 Car Museum has a fairly impressive collection of 70 sports and luxury cars. Guy Mace started collecting vehicles in 1990 when he purchased his first Jaguar. The collection has grown extensively since then. This 20,000 square foot museum is located along historic Route 66, and admission is very affordable. NRA National Sporting Arms Museum. This firearms museum opened its doors in 2013. It's the byproduct of a partnership between the National Rifle Association and Bass Pro Shops, and is located at the Bass Pro Shops flagship store in Springfield. The museum claims to celebrate the history of hunting, conservation, and freedom, and features a collection of firearms, the likes of which the world has never seen. Visitors can trace the development and history of hunting arms in America from pre-colonial times to the modern day. Over 1,000 historically significant firearms are on display. There's also a fascinating exhibit of guns used in Hollywood films on the museum's upper floor. You can see firearms used by the likes of Charlton Heston, Tom Selleck, and John Wayne. The museum also proudly showcases the gun collection that once belonged to President Theodore Roosevelt. History Museum on the Square. Opened in 2019, this museum was named Best New Attraction by USA Today. Visitors can explore Springfield's history at this 18,000 square foot facility jam-packed full of showcases, exhibits, photographs, galleries, and interactive displays. There are 3 floors and 8 dedicated exhibits, 6 permanent galleries, and a space used for special traveling exhibits. There's also a section dedicated to sharing the history and culture of the region's Native American inhabitants. Now it's time to hear from you. Did we miss anything great in Springfield, Missouri? Let us know in the comment section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Viewcation if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.